Sacred Soul Sanctuary presents Soul Healing Poetry. Assalamu alaikum, dear souls, and peace to every soul who has found their way here. In the name of the one who softens, opens, and awakens the human heart. Welcome to Soul Healing Poetry. I am Gulami Mustafa, and this is a space for gentle reflection, spiritual nourishment, and the healing whispers of Rumi poetry. Here, the heart is invited to speak, and the soul is invited to listen. Have you ever read a Rumi poem, a quote, and thought, wow, that really resonates with me? Maybe it stopped you for a moment. Maybe it stirred something you couldn't quite name. But here's the thing. A quote is only the doorway. The real transformation, the part that opens the heart and rearranges the soul, lives in the rest of the poem. In the verses we don't always read. In the meanings we don't always explore. And in the emotions we don't always let ourselves feel. And that is what this podcast is about. Opening the poetry, opening the emotions, and opening you. Together, we're stepping into the deeper teachings of Mawlana Rumi, not just the pretty quotes on Instagram, but the raw healing wisdom underneath. The parts that hold your hand through anxiety, sit quietly with your sadness, and awaken the light inside your chest. This is soul healing poetry, where every emotion is a visitor, and every feeling has a message, and the heart learns to welcome them all. Today I want to share with you the inspiration behind this work, why I created it, why it matters to me, to you, and to the heart seeking its way back home. Mawlana Rumi was not just a poet. He was a seeker, a scholar, a jurist, a spiritual teacher, until his life broke him open. Born in the 13th century in Balkh, he lived through exile, war, and the loss of homeland. But it was his meeting with a mysterious wanderer, Shams of Tabriz, that shattered everything he thought he knew. Their connection was a mirror, so deep, so intense, so soul-awakening, that it peeled away the layers of ego, knowledge, and identity. In the fire of this friendship, Mawlana Rumi transformed. His books, his status, his titles, all of it dissolved into one single truth. Love of the divine is the only knowledge that matters. After Shams vanished, Rumi's sorrow became a doorway. His grief became a prayer, and from that wound came 70,000 verses, the Masnavi, the Divan-e Shams, words that carry pilgrims, lovers, and broken hearts back to the divine for centuries. Mawlana Rumi teaches us that longing is not weakness, it is the compass of the soul. He teaches that heartbreak is not a punishment, it is an opening where the light enters. He teaches that every trial is a teacher sent to perfect the soul. Mawlana Rumi's words do not belong to one time or place. They belong to every heart that longs, across centuries and continents. People have turned his poetry for solace, guidance, and inspiration. From the quiet corners of a heart home in Istanbul, to bustling streets in New York, to meditation circles in Mumbai, his verses whispers the same truth. Every wound is a doorway, every longing a compass, and every heart capable of returning to the divine. Even in today's languages I may not speak, and cultures I may never walk through, Mawlana Rumi's words cross borders and touch souls. He reminds us that the journey inward is universal. The longing, the grief, love and awakening are not bound by geography or time. Wherever we are, his poetry invites us to pause, breathe and listen to the whispers of our own hearts, guiding us back gently to the source. As we move through your own journey, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever met your shums? The person that awakens something deeper within you, challenges you, gently guides you back to your truth. Your shums may appear in everyday relationships. A friend who sees your potential, a teacher who inspires you, a spouse who softens your heart, and an elder whose wisdom steadies you, or even a stranger whose words shift your path. Notice, dear souls, who brings light, transformation and remembrance into your life. They may be your shums in disguise. Mawlana Rumi showed me that every wound can be a doorway for light. And in response, I wrote this poem, a prayer, a reflection, a path back to the source. So, my dear souls, listen with your heart. When the heart begins to whisper. Have you ever noticed how your heart speaks long before your mind catches up? How a quiet ache appears out of nowhere, or a sudden rush of worry sits beside you like an uninvited guest. Mawlana Rumi says, there is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. Maybe your emotions aren't interruptions. Maybe they're invitations. Maybe the anxiety you carry is actually a map. Maybe your sadness is a doorway. Maybe your overwhelming feelings is a knock of something trying to be understood. What if the heart isn't broken? What if it's breaking open? And what if every feeling you avoid is simply a guide, disguised as discomfort, waiting for you at the edge of your own awareness? Come closer. Listen. Your heart has been whispering your story long before you were ready to hear it. My dear souls, let the poem linger in your heart for a moment. And next, we'll be doing some breath work to open the space this poem has created. Mawlana Rumi's poetry shows us that our wounds, our longing, our heartbreak are not enemies. They are messengers. And when we pair his words with breathwork, we allow these messages to move through us, not just in our minds, but in our bodies and in our hearts. Each inhale invites awareness. Each exhale releases resistance. His words become alive within us, guiding us back to the divine, to ourselves, and to the quiet light that has always been there. Before we step into today's episode, let's take a tiny moment, just one breath to arrive. Go ahead, soften your shoulders, loosen your jaw, and if you can, place a hand on your heart. Now, take a slow inhale. Doesn't need to be perfect. Let it rise. Let it fill. And exhale gently, as if you're letting the day fall off your back. Now let's do that one more time. Inhale. Feel the heart lean forward, as if it's curious about something. Exhale, and imagine the heart whispering, I'm ready. Mawlana Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. This breath, this moment, it's the first door. And on the other side is soul healing poetry. Mawlana Rumi once said, don't get lost in your pain. Know that one day your pain will become your doorway. For me, these words were a compass. They whispered in my quiet moments, in my struggles, in my long nights of reflection and prayer. They reminded me that even heartbreak, even grief, even the smallest ache in the soul, is not the end. It's an invitation. Mawlana Rumi taught me that our emotions, our struggles, our moments of overwhelm, they're all messengers. They are sacred, and if we meet them with love, curiosity, and patience, they carry us back to our soul. Through Mawlana Rumi's guidance, I found my way back to the divine. Every trial, every heartbreak, every feeling of emptiness became a teacher, a step toward becoming a perfected soul. His words showed me that nothing is wasted. Every wound carries wisdom. Every longing carries guidance. Every challenge is shaping us into who we are meant to become. Over time, this awareness brought a deep, lasting inner peace. Even when life felt chaotic, even when my heart trembled, I could feel a quiet serenity, a trust that the divine was always guiding me, always shaping me, and always leading me home. And this journey naturally led me to poetry as a way to heal and connect back to the source. I realized that reading wisdom is one thing, but creating it, putting your heart into words, is something else entirely. Writing became a sacred dialogue with my own soul, a way to name my emotions, to sit with my shadows, and to feel the hidden light within my pain. We can all learn knowledge from books, from teachers, from experiences. But ever tried digging deep into your soul, confronting the ego, and sitting with the raw, unfiltered truths of your heart? That's different. That is intimate. And that is transformative. Every line I wrote became a bridge from longing to presence, from ego to soul, from heartbreak to divine connection. Poetry became more than art. It became a practice of surrender, a way to return to the heart, a guide to listening deeply to the whispers of the divine within. As Rumi says, it's through the cracks of your own pain that the light pours in. And now, I'd like to share this light with you. I created this space for anyone who's felt lost, heavy or unseen, for those who long to reconnect with themselves, with the inner light, with the sacred whispers of the heart. Every breath practice, every poem, every guided reflection in the podcasts comes from a deep desire to help you be inspired by Mawlana Rumi, to listen to your own soul, just as I learned to listen to mine. To honour your emotions as messengers, your wounds as doorways, and your longing as a compass guiding you home. And the beauty is, no matter where you are, no matter what you have been through, your heart is always calling you towards wholeness, towards peace, and towards the source. So, my dear souls, consider this a gentle invitation, a whisper before the journey begins. Over the coming episodes and in the podcast, we will explore the kind of poetry that rearranges your inner world. Breath as a companion, a healer, a lantern. The mysterious ways the soul is shaped through loss and love. And the field beyond judgment, beyond fear. That place where Rumi says we truly meet. This is not a place for answers. It is a place for returning, for dissolving, for discovering the hidden music inside your chest. If your soul is tired from carrying too much, if your breath has become shallow, if you feel the faint pull of something sacred calling you, then you are already on the path Rumi spoke of. What you're seeking is seeking you. As Mawlana Rumi reminds us, be like a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. Welcome them all, for each carries a message from beyond. Your heart has been calling. Your soul has been waiting. And I'm here to walk gently with you, to listen and to open the doorway to light together. As we come to the end of this sacred moment, let your heart carry what you felt today, and join me next Friday for another journey into the soul. More Mawlana Rumi poetry, more whispers, more guidance for the heart. Until then, keep following the light within.